Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. It feels like it's been a while. Well, it's been a while since I had my face on camera. I did a video, I think last week, where I just had my computer screen. But anyways, it's been a minute. It's been a busy time of year. Sick and busy. Just sick and busy. That's what we've been. So I have a whole bunch of stuff, though. We've been warming a lot. So I've been really enjoying my holiday, wintry, cozy type melts. And so I'm excited to share what I've been warming with you. The idea behind what I've been warming is that I share what I warmed in my home, where I warmed it, how it did, so you might decide where to warm stuff that you might have in your house and what you might want to try or what you might want to skip. I'm going to see if I can turn this camera here and I'll just show you Piper. She is here causing havoc by the Christmas tree. She keeps batting at ornaments over here. It's a whole problem. But yeah, let me see if I can get this back. There, okay. So I will start with the room that I've melted the least in, and that is the office. So the only thing I've done in there is What a Glorious Morning Makes Me Sick from Vintage Chic Scents. This one is Campfire S'mores Latte, and it's really, really good. I love this one. This one is very strong, and I really like, it's a good coffee scent, which Scentsy doesn't have many of, but we are getting 2 in the next Bring Back My Bar. It's a nice kind of nutty, like, coffee scent. It's really good. I get quite a bit of pumpkin to it, although there's no pumpkin in the notes. I just really like it. So that's a good one. So longevity on this one, I think it's about a day, maybe a little more than a day. I feel like it's lasted longer than that in the past, but this time I remember it lasting a day. But I wasn't really paying all that much close of attention to that particular one, and that was a while ago. Next we'll do my daughter's room. So one of the things I did in her room was Snow White Kind Heart. This is one I had gotten a while back and just warmed recently. This one is pretty. So I think the notes on this one are like Lily of the Valley. I think apple. There's definitely apple in here. It's like a crisp green apple. It's a very fresh scent overall. It's like fresh and clean with a bit of fruity, and the fruitiness is the apple. Also quite floral. So I think if you're a big fan of like the fresh floral with a bit of fruity, you'd be a fan of this. If you really don't like floral, I think you should skip it. My friend Becky here on YouTube says she thinks this one reminds her of Frosted Petals from the holiday collection, but like a spring version of it. And I would agree with that. It does smell kind of like a springtime version of Frosted Petals, with that fruitiness and the floral. It's a sweet, fresh floral. It's pretty. I think I'll probably enjoy this more in the springtime, but very pretty. Longevity on that one, I can't recall. I don't recall it being outstanding either way. It was neither good nor bad. It was pretty much average, I think. Next we did True Love Awaits. This one is mandarin orange and vanilla. No, mandarin, raspberry, and vanilla. This one's good. It is sweet and fruity, a little bit feminine. There's some kind of like muskiness there. It's very pretty. This is General Catalog Bar. I really like this one for my daughter's room. This one usually lasts a good 3-4 days, like at a fairly light to medium intensity. This time it was a 24-hour type bar. I don't know why. It's very dry right now. It's like extremely cold where I am, like minus 35 Celsius, which is like I think minus 30 Fahrenheit. It's cold. So the air is very dry. And so I think that might be impacting my scent performance with some things, because I am noticing weird performance here and there just this last couple days. So I think it's because of the very, very extreme cold and dryness. But yeah, True Love Awaits usually does quite well for me. This time it was kind of more of an average performer, but still well worth it. Then I had done a little sample of 2 cubes from Sassy Girl Aroma that Becky had sent. This is Doughboy Bakery. And this one is waffle cone, sugar cookie, birthday cake, marshmallow, and ice cream scoop bread. This one was so good. This is like bakery heaven. There's like a bunch of German shepherds and like labs walking by with their owners, and Piper thinks she's going to like hunt them. She's up there hunting on the couch for them. This little cat thinks she's gonna take on like 4 big dogs. Yes, Doughboy Bakery, like just vanilla bakery goodness. Like this is just, when you think vanilla bakery, it's Doughboy Bakery. Like Doughboy Bakery, I would definitely repurchase. I really like that one. It's not a long lasting scent. It's about a medium strength, and it lasts for maybe 12 hours, but it is so good. Good as a mixer or on its own. Next, I did Pink Sugarberry Mint in her room. This one's nice because it's a nice consistent winter scent that usually does very well. And yeah, this one's good. It's like pink, I think it's like pink berries, sugar crystals, and mint. It smells like pink berries and mint and like very sweet. It's good. Strength on this is usually like medium plus, maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10. And it was this time too. Longevity on this is usually a good couple days. This time it was not. This time it was like a 24-hour type bar for us. And again, I think it's the dry air. But yes, this one didn't perform as well as it usually does, but usually this is a very good performing bar and probably even open layout worthy. So Pink Sugarberry Mint is a good one. Highly recommend. Then I had warmed Olaf Warm Hugs. Now this particular bar is from last year. They do have it out right now as well. I do have a couple new bars of it, but I thought I would use my old bar first. So this one's been sitting for a year. This one I think is like winter woods, fresh air, and like warm vanilla or something along that line. It is much woodsier than I would expect. The warm vanilla, there is like a smoothness here and a warmth, but I get a lot of sandalwood. Like to me, this is like a sandalwood vanilla type scent. It's very close to NHL Fresh Ice if you've smelled that, minus some of that cologne note. But it is quite woodsy. It's a nice bedroom scent. I would never do this in an open layout in a million years. Bedrooms only. And I would use more wax than you normally do. I only used 2 cubes. And if I wanted it stronger, I probably should have used 4. It was light and it was a 1-dayer, but it was very nice. So Olaf is a good one. I have gotten 2 more bars as backup. Not a club bar for me. And I think I do prefer, for like a vanilla woodsy scent, I prefer frosted vanilla from the catalog. But this is very good, and I do like Olaf on the packaging. My daughter's also really a big fan of Olaf as well, so I did get the bars for Olaf for her. Then I used gingerbread cookies in her room. This one is from Harper James. This one is cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, tonka bean, vanilla, and sugar. And her wax is always so pretty. This one is delicious. This one is, yes, it's very gingery. I mostly get like vanilla and ginger, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, but mostly ginger. It's very good. And this is good on cold, but on warm, this one turned into straight up cookies. Like this one really became lovely on warm. It's nice on cold too, but on warm it bloomed. Very nice. That being said, not long lasting. Kind of like a 12 to 16 hour type scent. Not very long, but very, very good while it lasted. And I think this would mix really well as well. So I'm very happy with this and I'm glad I have lots more. Then on to bathrooms. Now, one thing I've noticed is I have the Gnome mini warmer in our master bathroom, which has a little hat and you have to kind of like reach your hand behind it to like clean it out and stuff. And what I'm finding I'm doing is I go around and clean out all the warmers, and then I can't remember if I've cleaned that one out, and I can't see because I can't like look in the dish. So I can never remember if that warmer has wax in it. So I'd never put wax in it anymore. I'm gonna have to switch it out because it's just not working. It's very cute. I like the light it throws, but I'm not organized enough to remember in my brain whether there's wax in there or not, or whether it needs to be changed, or if it's already empty, or any of that. So I need to switch it out. But I have been putting wax in the guest bathroom. We did Velvet Moon. This is one of the new catalog bars for fall winter this year. This one is a floral category bar, and it's kind of like a cozy floral. Like it is fresh. There's a lot of freshness here. I would say it's like a perfumey, cozy floral, kind of some cashmere type notes. Very pretty, very cozy. Performance on this one is, in bedrooms, I found it did very well. That wasn't this week though. It lasted for days and it was like a light medium, maybe even closer to a medium. In bathrooms, it did not do great. It was kind of like a 1 day and pretty light intensity. So in the bathrooms, this one was not ideal, but in the bedrooms, it does quite well. So there's that one. And sometimes I find that even though the bathroom is a smaller room, for whatever reason, wax doesn't do as well in there. I don't know why. Then in the guest bathroom again, we had done the Arsenal rugby wax. This one I don't think is available any longer. I think it was only available in November. It's a cologne scent. Like it smells straight up like men's locker room. It's not a bad smell. It's just, you have to really be into those like cologne type scents to like this one, I think. And I'm not feeling it. I think I would like this as like a men's shower gel for my husband, but not as like a scent to make my house smell like, if that makes sense. It's pleasant. It's very fresh. I would say aquatic. I remember thinking on warm, this one smelled like Old Spice deodorant or something. It's okay if you want your house to smell like cologne. If you like cologne scents, this is a nice, fresh, kind of young cologne, young men's cologne. Not for me, but I'll get through it. It did perform very well. Cologne scents usually do in my experience. This one did a good 2-3 days, and it was like a medium to strong in intensity. It was very good in performance, not for my personal preference. Then I did Barca. This was the other rugby bar I got. I only got the 2 of them. This one I think had lavender, and I do like the lavender in this. This one's a bit more aquatic. It's very pretty, and again, very cologne-y. Like men's body wash though, more than cologne. Like men's deodorant, something like that. It smells like one of those like men's deodorants with a crazy name like Wolf Horn or Bear Claws or whatever. I don't know what they're called, but they have like these weird like manly animal names. This smells like those. It's like a fresh, clean men's body care type scent. Again, performance was good on this one. Not as good as the Old Spice type one. It's not Old Spice type. To me, it smells like Old Spice. The Arsenal one, this one performed a bit longer. This one was very strong and very nice, and also lasted a good couple days. So it was good too. But yeah. Overall, I think I prefer the Barca one, but I wouldn't repurchase either one. Performance was good if you're into cologne scents. Then I did I'm Snow Over It. I have a couple bars of this in my collection and just thought I would use some. So I did a cube in the Guest Bath. And this one, it's kind of a unique winter scent. We don't have it anymore. It was, I think, discontinued last year. It has a little bit of like pine tree, but it's very sweet. I almost get like peach from this, and I'm sure there's no peach in the notes, but I almost get peach. There is a fruitiness here. It's very pretty, very soft, kind of like winter peaches and cream along that line, kind of snowy and cool. It was nice. It was like a 24-hour bar in the bathroom though. I prefer longer lasting in the bathroom, but I think this would be very pretty in bedrooms as well. I think it lends itself to being a good bedroom scent. So if you have bars of this around, I would say, yeah, it's a good time of year to pull them out. They seem kind of appropriate for this time of year. And if you want something kind of soft and kind of cuddly and fruity, this might be a good option. Next I did Up Adventure Is Out There. Yeah, Adventure Is Out There. This is one of my favorite fresh scents that we've had like ever from Scentsy. It is a Disney scent, not currently available. It's in my club. It has like apple and like honeydew, I think, and like there's some like laundryish florals here, but it's not a floral bar. It's like a fresh laundry bar. Out of all of the fresh bars that Scentsy has done, this is my favorite. I love it, like just love it. So did a cube of this in the bathroom, enjoyed every minute. It did great. I think I did this one in our bathroom. Yeah, I did this in our bathroom. It lasts a good 2-3 days, which was why I love it for the bathroom. It's one of those ones you can put it in and not worry about it for a few days, and it's a very good performer and smells amazing. I like to do this one also in January in the open layout, just like when you're putting the decorations away, you're clearing out Christmas, and you're getting it all put away. This is a nice one to kind of freshen up your space and make it feel clean and refreshed and un-Christmased. I'm not ready for that just yet though. I am full Christmas right now. Icicles and Evergreen. I did 1 cube in the Guest Bath. This is not a favorite bar for me, but I do kind of enjoy it in small doses in the bathrooms. Yeah, it's like a sweet, perfumey pine. So if you like pine trees, you'll probably like this. If you don't always love pine trees, I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like pine trees, but they like this. There is a lot of sweetness here. There is some perfumey notes here to kind of tone it down. But yeah, it's a nice bathroom scent. It would probably be pretty as well in bedrooms. It's very open layout worthy. If you like this scent, I think it would do just fine in an open layout. Performance is really good. Lasts a good couple days and just nice and strong. So performance on this one is good. Scent appeal for me isn't like my favorite, but I did enjoy it in the bathroom that one day. And then I also did Blue Christmas in the bathroom. I was feeling like pine trees, and this is a scent that I really, really absolutely detested the first time I warmed it. Or no, when I smelled it on cold, I did not like this at all. I hated it. I warmed it anyways and was like, oh, okay, it wasn't so bad on warm. So that is why it is important to warm things. Like if you smell something on cold and don't like it, warm it somewhere where you can close off the room. If you hate it, you hate it. Take it out. Life's too short for bad wax. But warm it just in case, because this is one where I'm never going to club this bar. It's not a favorite for me. But it went from being like, oh my gosh, that is like one of the worst things ever, to, yeah, it's fine. I can deal with this bar. So in the bathroom, 1 cube, it was a nice kind of pine tree scent for Christmas time. Yeah. Ugh, I don't like it on cold. On warm, it's much nicer. Yeah, I don't know. On cold, this one is just no. But on warm, it's like a nice kind of sharp and acidic pine. Is there orange in this? There might be orange in here that's doing that. There are many orange and pine scents. I don't love this one as much as the other ones, but I can warm this. It's fine. Performance on that one is pretty strong, but it's like a short duration one. Next, in bedrooms, I did Perfect Peppermint. I think I did 1 cube of this only. Did I do 1 or 2? I can't remember. It might have been 2. I think I did 2 cubes of Perfect Peppermint. This one is just plain pure peppermint, and it was very nice. We've had some headaches and some nausea and some stomach stuff going through the house right now. Well, not right now, like a couple weeks ago. This one was perfect for then. If you're nauseated, I would recommend Perfect Peppermint. This is probably the only one I would recommend for if you're nauseated. This one is just kind of nice plain peppermint, nothing crazy going on, and it was very nice. Yeah, this one's good. And this one's also very nice as a mixer. This is a good headache bar. It's not going to cure your headache. It's not going to cure your nausea, but it will be soothing. So there's that one. Then we have Harper James Cream and Sugar Please. This one is caramel, milk, sugar, coffee bean, cinnamon, and vanilla. And this was a sample my friend Becky had sent. This one was good. This one smelled amazing. Like just straight up coffee deliciousness, like lattes. Yeah, it was very good. I would repurchase this. That being said, not very strong, and not very long lasting. I would say light medium, and like it was maybe like an 8-hour type scent. It was a very short duration, like one evening, but very good, and I would repurchase. The scent was very good. So thank you, Becky. Then I did a mix. I've wanted to do this mix for some time. So I have Light Side of the Force and Dark Side of the Force. These are currently both available. I did 1 cube of each in the same warmer. I've heard you can also do them in alternating warmers. I just did 1 cube of each in one warmer in the bedroom. So it turned purple, which was fun, because, you know, blue and red, got our little science experiment. It turned purple. Light Side of the Force, to me, smells a little bit like dill pickles. Now, I know I've said that about Fluffy Fleece before, too. Whatever is in there that smells like pickles is also in here, I'm pretty sure, and it's more pickly in here. Yeah. This one is like a fresh bar, but I cannot get past dill pickles. It's not bad, but it's pickly. Then there is Dark Side of the Force. This one I had not smelled until just recently. This one is nice. It's got some pepper in it, and I really like the peppery notes in this. It's very perfumey, but in like a very fancy, like upscale way. It smells like a fancy department store or something like that. I like this a lot. So I decided to mix them, and it was okay. I do feel like the pickliness of Light Side of the Force overtook Dark Side of the Force. So, I mean, that's good news. Light Side overtakes Dark Side. That's great. But I don't know. I don't know that I would mix them again. It was okay. And it was like a medium strength. Yeah, it was nice. It was clean. I did feel like initially, at least though, for the first period of the warming, maybe the first 5 or 6 hours, it did lean pickly. After that, I did find it balanced out some, and it was enjoyable. And it did last, I think, 2 days. So that was pretty good. So the performance was fine. I'm not a huge fan of Light Side of the Force, so I probably won't mix them again. I tend to warm this in the bathroom if I'm warming it. But I will warm Dark Side of the Force in our bedroom again. I really enjoyed that. This is pretty. So I will probably even grab another bar of Dark Side of the Force just to have on hand before it comes gets taken away and hopefully it comes back again. But I will grab one more bar of this one. Next, I had finished off a bar of Summer Moonlight. This one is in my club currently because we are in the winter season and this is a summer catalog bar. This is, I think, sweet pea, strawberries, and vanilla. It's a very fruity floral, very soft, very pretty. It's beautiful. It smells like strawberry candies and like sweet pea. It's just pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. This would be great for a little girl's room, for an adult's room. I think definitely bedrooms though. I don't know that this would be open layout strong enough for most houses. Maybe if your home is fairly small or just like for a living space maybe, like a den. I would say medium-sized spaces are smaller. But really, really nice. And the performance on this one is very good. This one goes for like 2 to 3 days at a fairly like, it never gets above like light medium, like maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10, but it goes for ages. So it was very nice. That being said, as much as I love this bar, I did have a headache the one day when I woke up and I put this in and then my headache got worse throughout the day. And then when I went to lay down, like this one made it so much worse. So it's one of those ones where if you're headache prone, I would be careful with it. But I don't think it would cause headaches. I think if you have one, it's going to make it worse probably. But for me at least, it doesn't trigger headaches, but it does make existing headaches worse. So I actually took the dish out of the warmer for a little while until I felt better, then put the dish back in and it was fine. So that one, really enjoy it with that little slight warning. I do hope we get that back this spring. I think we will. It's a very pretty scent. Then I had done Dynamite Diva from Sassy Girl Aroma. This one is strawberry creamsicle and sweet lavender. This one was another sample that Becky had sent me. This one was so good. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed this one. Yes. Oh, it was so good. Yes, strawberry creamsicle. So it actually smelled a little bit icy, which was kind of cool. And the lavender was not an herbal lavender. It was a fairly sweet lavender. It was a very sweet kind of, it was hard to explain, like it's a hard to describe scent. Like you do get strawberry, you get something cold. There is some creaminess here. There's almost a fizziness here though too. Like a lime fizziness or something like that. And then like that sweetness of and the little bit of herbalness from the lavender. It was gorgeous. Like I loved this. So this was a very pretty wax as well. It was like purple and orange and pink swirls. Very pretty. Smelled amazing. Longevity on this was I think 2 days. I let it go for 2 days. It could have come out like a day and a half, but I wanted to get as much as I could out of it because I loved it. I will watch for this on Sassy Girl Aroma's website and order it when I see it because this one was a win. Loved. Then I did Vanilla Mint. This one's just lovely all the time. I've been on a Vanilla Mint kick lately. I've just been craving this one often. This one is like frozen citrus, mint, I think vanilla. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty mint. It's a slightly floral, minty soft, sweet, kind of smooth mint scent. Like smooth, a little bit sweet. The floral here is not floral, but there is something very kind of like soft and kind of perfumey. The perfuminess here is like month-old perfume on a scarf. It's not like in your face or obnoxious or cloying. It is very soft and delicate and understated. It is so pretty. Love Vanilla Mint. It was discontinued. I don't know what they were thinking. We do have it in the clean line right now. I have this in my club and it will never leave. On to the open layout. This is where I think I did the most warming. One of the things I did, probably the furthest back from when I last filmed, or from now, furthest back, would be a mix. And I mixed maple vanilla glaze with maple rum cake. So I did equal parts, 4 cubes of each in my open layout, so 8 cubes total. And as always, I did 2 cubes per warmer in 4 warmers. So 1 of each cube in each warmer. So I did not alternate warmers. It was mixed in each warmer, if that makes sense. So maple vanilla glaze is in our holiday trio. You can also get it in your club individually, or you can purchase the 3-pack as a trio. This one is so good. It smells like maple donuts. It's so strong and so delicious. and so mapley, but it's like a sweet maple glaze. Like when you think of like the dipped donuts at like Tim Hortons with the maple glaze, it smells like those. It's a good sweet maple. It is not burning wires maple. It is not deep, dark, like dark maple. It's sweet, sugary, tooth fairy candy maple. It's good. And I almost get like a little bit of dough. Like I swear I get dough from this, just a little bit, like fried dough. It's so much like a donut. It's so good. Then maple rum cake. This is from the Harvest Trio. So again, you can get this in your club by itself, or you can purchase the 3-pack of the Harvest Trio. This one on cold is just kind of like, okay. It's like a sort of a molassesy type cake scent. Has a bit of a like a dustiness to it on cold, but when you put this in the warmer, it gets so good. Like it is such a good scent warmed up. Yeah. So nice molasses cake. This one I find has a little bit of like a cinnamon note to it, or a spice note. This one lasts quite a bit longer than maple vanilla glaze. Maple vanilla glaze is super strong out the gate, super strong for maybe 6 hours, and then it kind of really tapers off. Maple rum cake stays pretty steady for quite a while. Like it was like a 2-day scent the last time I did it. So I wanted to mix these two together and see if I could get the scent of maple vanilla glaze to last as long as maple rum cake. So I mixed them, and it did work out very well. It lasted 2 days again, and I did still smell warm maple glaze, or maple vanilla glaze. I still smelled maple vanilla glaze like longer than I had when I warmed this by itself. So maple rum cake did seem to stretch it out, and maple rum cake of course lasts longer, so it worked well. I will warm these together again. That was a great way to do it. I have stocked up on maple vanilla glaze, and whatever I have left of maple rum cake I will be mixing. It was so good. Highly recommend that mix. Then in the open layout right now, I have Tinselberry, which is one of my like favorite kind of holiday festive scents. This is general catalog. It is cranberry, strawberry, and cinnamon, and it's so good. Yeah, oh, so good. It's like strawberry jam with like just the teeniest hint of tartness. Like it's mostly strawberry with just the teeniest hint of tartness that I think this is the cranberry, but it's like 95% strawberry in that berry mix. And then cinnamon. There is cinnamon here, and it's a nice balance. You have that like kind of sweet strawberry jam with the cinnamon, which is very unexpected. It's unique, and I love it. Like so good. So festive, so fun. Just bright and juicy and fun. This is like our Christmas movie night scent. So I had watched A Christmas Story the other night, so I had this in the warmers, and it's still going strong today, so it'll be going all day today too. So 2-day scent. Excellent performer, and that's in the open layout, so that's fantastic. Then I had done Holly Berry Cinnamon. This is one I had been looking forward to warming. I love this scent. Oh, it's so good. It is just like classic traditional Christmas in a bar. It has a lot of spice. I get some cloves, some cinnamon, maybe some pine, or not pine, maybe like maybe holly. There's something green here, but I don't know if it's pine. Yeah, it's just good, like kind of woodsy and spicy and just so good. A little bit similar to Homestead Holiday, if you're familiar with that one. This is excellent. I love it. So I put a full bar in the warmers in the open layout here, and I was a little disappointed with the performance. It was not very strong. I would say maybe 3 out of 10 at peak. I kept waiting for it to get stronger, and it never did. So that was disappointing. And then at like the 8-hour mark, I was like, I should probably change this out because I can't smell it at all anymore. But it was kind of getting towards evening at that point, so I decided to just leave it in the warmers until the next morning. So I did leave it in for 24 hours. I couldn't smell it beyond like 8 hours, and it wasn't very strong. So it was a little bit disappointing that way, which is a bummer. I really enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Again, it was very cold and dry. Maybe it was the weather. If you have warmed Holly Berry Cinnamon before, I would love to hear how it performed for you. Maybe next time. I do have one more bar of this, and I'll probably warm it in bedrooms to enjoy it better that way. But I'd love to know how performance was with this for you if you've warmed it. Because yeah, this one smelled like it should have been strong. Like it smelled like it should be very solid for the open layout, but then it just was not. So that was Holly Berry Cinnamon. Then I did Sweet Orange and Evergreen. This one was very nice. I was in kind of a pine tree mood for a change. Usually I'm not in a pine tree mood, but I was, and this was lovely. I really liked this. So this one is kind of a fresh tree with a little bit of orange or citrus, I'll say. It smells a little bit grapefruity. It's like a cross between grapefruit and orange to my nose. I wouldn't say it's as sweet as an orange, but it's not as tart as a grapefruit either. Sweet orange and evergreen. I really liked this. This was like a fresh, green, Christmassy scent. The orange really helped it out. I did buy more of this. I don't usually buy multiple bars of Christmas tree type scents. I just don't love pine tree scents. If you've watched me any length of time, I've said that a million times. I like Wild for Fall a lot. That one is orangier than this one. But I think for Christmas, I kind of really liked this one. It's very fresh and green and pine tree-ish. Like, I just really like this. So yeah, performance was good, about average. It was a 1-dayer, like 24 hours, and it was about a 5 or 6 out of 10 in my open layout. So about average performer all around, no complaints on performance. I really liked it. I have repurchased more, and that was the November scent of the month. Then I did a bar of Huckleberry Wreath that I had gotten on the black market a while back, and it was very juicy. I don't know how old this bar is or how it was stored or anything like that before I got it, but on cold it smelled very strong. Like huckleberry or blackberry. It kind of smelled like the blackberry note from like vanilla blackberry or something like that. That same kind of like blackberry huckleberry note with some like green here. It was very pretty. Like, I really like this on cold. Again, I put it in the warmers, whole bar, open layout, and it got to maybe, like, I could smell it, like maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10, not very strong, light medium at peak. And then again, by like 6 or 8 hours later, it was just kind of really gone. Like, my husband was out for the day. I put this in because he doesn't usually like that kind of blackberry type note. So I put this in because I knew he wasn't going to be home. So if he didn't like it, it was fine because it would be kind of petering out by the time he got home anyways. So he did get home later that evening, and I was like, what do you think of the wax? And he was like, I can't really smell much. Like, it's fine, I guess. So yeah, even like leaving and not being here and coming in, he couldn't really smell it much at all. And it should have been one he didn't like. So I love the scent, but I couldn't get much out of it, really. So this was my only bar of this one. I really liked it. I would buy more to give it a chance because it's really, really good. And again, I don't know. It could be the age of the bar. It could be how the bar was stored. It was a very juicy bar, which shouldn't make a difference, but I don't know how it was stored before I got it. So it could very well be just a dud bar and not the scent itself. It could just be this particular bar not being stored correctly or something, but that was kind of sad because I love that one. Overall though, I left it in for like a day, and you could smell it for like maybe 8 to 10 hours-ish at a lighter level, but it was still very enjoyable what I could smell. So it wasn't a total loss. I did enjoy what I could smell. Then I had done, oh, this one was good. This was Rose Girls Peppermint Mocha Cake Pops. This was from Melissa Haight on YouTube here. This one is so good. Like, so good. Oh, so good. Yes. And this one performed amazing. Like, one of the best of the bunch this week. This one was, I did about half the bag. I did 2 of these little cubes per warmer in 4 warmers. So about half the bag. It did amazing. Like, so well. It filled the house quickly. It was like you could get the cake and the peppermint mocha. So it was a very sweet peppermint mocha, which I really liked. Yeah, and strong. Like, filled the entire house very quickly and lasted 2 days. Like, it was excellent. Like, just excellent. I am so glad I have more of this because that was excellent. So thank you, Melissa. I loved that. Then I had done one I got from a local vendor in the next town over. And this one is called Lux Melts. I think their Instagram is like Lux Melts of Love. This was honey gingerbread, which smelled really good. It was like a honeyed gingerbread. So like, think a sweet kind of graham crackery honey gingerbread. It was very nice. Very unique scent. I've never smelled anything like that. I really enjoyed it. Scent appeal was very high. It came in like a little bar with like little like snaps you could snap off. So I did like 1 in each warmer. So I did the whole little bar in my open layout. First mistake was that this was not enough wax for the open layout. Second mistake, this is not strong enough for the open layout. So this should have been done in bedrooms or office or something like that. So I do have a couple more bars from this brand that I'll use in smaller spaces, because I don't think it's strong enough for the open layout. Second mistake was I left this in for 2 days. Now I couldn't smell it for 2 days, but I got sidetracked and forgot about it. That was a mistake because in my one warmer, the gingerbread house, like sparkly warmer from last year, I had a cube of this in there, and I don't know what happened. I've never seen this happen to wax in my life. Like, never, from any vendor, any scent at all. The wax melted, as it would, and it did in all of my warmers. But the one in the gingerbread house rehardened, like, even though it was hot. So, like, when I went to take it out 2 days later, they were all starting to, like, reharden, which I've never seen happen. So, like, I had to, like, use a spatula to just kind of scoop it out, because it was, like, hardened wax. I don't know what happened. Like, it left a hole in the middle, and the wax kind of, like, separated out to the sides and just, like, hardened around the edges. It was really strange. I've never seen that happen. So that was weird and kind of concerned me. I don't know if wax is supposed to do that. So yeah, I don't know. If you've seen that happen before, I would love to hear about that, or if you know anything about wax and why that would happen. That was odd, because I've never seen, like, if it's hot, it should melt, right? It's wax, but it did melt and then it rehardened. I don't know. I probably won't repurchase that particular one. Spiced eggnog. I worked on my brick. My friend Leslie here on YouTube had mentioned she had warmed this a while back, and I was like, yes, I need to get to warming that. I love this one. This one is so good. This one is sweet eggnog, a little bit of spice, a little bit boozy. It is so good. This was a Friday night type scent for me. So I did 2 cubes of the brick in half, so 1/2 brick cube in each of my 4 warmers out here. I have enough here for 1 more warm, and then I do have this in my club, so I have bars of it as well. So I'm hoping to finish this brick up this season, but that will be no problem because I love this scent. Performance on this is good. It does well in my open layout. It's like maybe a solid medium, maybe medium plus. Medium plus, I'd say 7 out of 10. In strength, duration, a day, like 24 hours. It does great. Love. And that is what I've warmed this last almost 2 weeks. About almost 2 weeks. So yeah, that is what I've warmed. I would love to hear what you're warming this time of year. And as we're getting closer to the holidays, I would love to know what you've kind of got in your warmers and what's kind of on deck to be warmed. I also wanted to mention that we did some sleuthing, a teammate of mine and I. So my friend Morgan with Scentsy here had mentioned that she had noticed that the scent circle of Silver Bells was sold out, and that the room spray of Silver Bells had been in clearance and was now sold out. So I went into the product status list that consultants can look at to see when things are going to restock. And the room spray is being restocked at some point. We don't know what date yet. The scent circle was under out of stock in the not being restocked section, which means they're not bringing it back, which is weird for a catalog item. I've never seen a catalog item not be restocked, because usually, like, there's a few things out of stock right now in the catalog right now. Like, I think Polar Bear Hug Room Spray is out of stock right now, but it's in the list of coming back on this date or this date or this date. So there's a few catalog things that are sold out that are on the list of restocking. The scent circle for Silver Bells is not being restocked. It is on the sold out list, not being restocked. The room spray is being restocked, but it's weird because it was on clearance. So I would say I'm like 80% sure that Silver Bells is getting axed this year. I think this is probably the last season we'll see Silver Bells. It's quite an old scent. They brought a couple similar scents in this year. We got Frosted Vanilla, which is kind of that woodsy mint again. We've had Swirling Snowflakes, which is kind of a floral minty scent. They could bring that into the catalog next year potentially. So I'm worried about Silver Bells. So if Silver Bells is a very important scent to you, which it is to me, and it probably is to many of us because it's one of those scents that they've had for ages. So a lot of us probably have scent memories associated with that scent at this point. So if that's an important scent for you, I would club that before the end of the season. I really would. Again, nothing's confirmed. We don't know for a fact that it's not coming back. We won't know that until next fall. but I would say I would wager it's not coming back based on all of that. So that's where the chips lie on that one. I will be clubbing, I always club silver bells at the end of the season, but I will definitely club silver bells at the end of this season because I'm like 80% sure it's done. So if you love silver bells, that is your warning to club that for the season. I think you will regret it if you don't. And if it does come back, then hooray, you have a couple bars ready to go for next season. That is what I would say. Which reminds me, I need to get silver bells out. I haven't warmed that yet this season and I cannot wait. So I'm gonna probably do silver bells in the next couple days here, and I am on the home stretch to vacation. I cannot wait. I get a couple weeks off here coming up, and I am so excited to just kind of stay at home in my jammies and not worry about anything except for Christmas movies and baking and all of that stuff. So I'd love to know what your plans are for the holidays and any traditions you might have. Are there any like fun traditions your family does that you want to share? I would love to hear. So put that in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.